What's up, YouTube? Capital G here, D&O commentary. We got my homeboy Ozii at the top, 1643 versus Thunder Striker, 1666. Wow, this guy must be spawn of the devil. Now Draco face-off was activated, and Ozii chained Max C. I guess fearing that he would special summon, but I guess that's not what's gonna happen. I think he went first. Yeah, because he already has a card on. He already has a card set, so he must have went first. I don't know if I would chain Maxi or if I would chain, because most people will just counter that by putting the card in the extra, or excuse me, in the pendulum zone instead of actually special summoning it. Unless Ozii feels like he has what he needs to just OTK him. If he had those three perfect cards, all right, guess not, because he has Marksman. Goes for Abystius. Marksman will not find its target unless he blows his own card up for some reason. I don't think he would, but it's a possibility. Actually, I don't think Marksman can blow your own cards up. Nope, Marksman can't. All right, so goes for Valor is used for Teus, so it doesn't search. It's actually really big when you use Effect Valor on Mermail monsters like Teus and Megalo, especially Teus. Activates Michizuchi on, what's it called? Activates Michizuchi. Not sure why he didn't do that when he attacked. I mean, what's it called? Would have still died. Mirror Conductor would have still died. He just would have done a little more damage. Now, anytime Thunder Striker tries to activate a spell, it's going to be negated, and Michizuchi is going to go to the graveyard. It basically distributes itself, and it negates the activation of a spell card. So I believe it should go to the graveyard. I think it does. Let me see. Yeah, negate that effect and send it to the graveyard. Actually, it doesn't actually negate the activation. It says when a spell effect. So wait, I guess it doesn't actually negate pendulums, because I don't think this is a spell effect. I think it will negate the Twin Twister. So it will negate the Twin Twister. All right. I believe he just did that because he wanted his damage juggler in the graveyard. That's the only reason I can think of to do that. And you know what? I just realized something. In this matchup, I think I would side out my marksmans. I know you need to have some like Atlanteans. I know you need to have Atlanteans in the deck to, like resolve the effects, and you can't really side out too much, but it's got to be something, because I don't think marksman's ever really going to hit anything. Unless your opponent sets a plush fire or a trick clown. Those are about the only things that I can think of that you're ever really going to hit. Because they don't, like, even with Solemn Strike, they don't really run. I haven't been seeing people play a Rodney. And I haven't really seen people play Solemn Strike in this deck. I think it's because if your hand bricks, it makes your hand even more bricky. Especially if you're going first. Like, if you don't go wombo combo nuts on your opponent, then it just isn't very strong of an opening card. Alright, so I think he blew up his Lizard Draw to add a Lizard Draw. Activates another Draco face-off. Now, see, this time you'd be wanting to use Maxi. Because it'll pretty much be full. Well, because if, let's just say he randomly got the Draco Slayer in his extra, then he wouldn't be able to Pendulum Summon. So, obviously, he'd pretty much have to summon it, assuming he gets, what's it called? Well, it looks like he got Master Pendulum, so that's what he needed. All right. Scales are going to get cracked, though. Goodbye, Draco Slayer and Dracovalord. And now everything comes to, oh, looks like he does not have a full scale. All right. Just sets a card. And that top deck had better, just a set. Maybe you might put Abyssius in defense mode. He does. Okay. Best top deck here for either player would, well, for Ozii, it's definitely, okay. Oh, okay, he's going for a synchro play. That was a great top deck. Considering he only, isn't he out of, that was his last Luster Pendulum. That was a great top deck. He's out of Luster Pendulums. He's going to be able to clear his field out, obviously. Gets himself a Master Pendulum. Spins the back row, or the face down card. Yeah, the best top deck here would obviously be Nephthybis or Deep Sea Diva. A card that gets him to Nephthybis. All right, Abysseus is dead. This is why Mermails need title, so that you have something that can always just summon itself. Oh, Nephthybis was that top deck. All right, and he could easily go infantry, pop the Ignister Prominence, and add himself a copy of Dragoons. It wouldn't give him that much field presence, but it would kill the Synchro Monster. So that was a heck of a top deck. I guess a top deck war, and one that seems to be pretty even right now. It would leave both players with 2 cards, although I would say slight advantage to Thunderstrike, unless of course Ozii like top decked another, like if he top deck I don't know, like another copy of Nephthybis, then it would be in his favor. All right, so that's what he's gonna do. Heavy infantry. Somebody played Vanity's Fiend on me when I had Mermails, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I just summoned that and I sent infantry to the graveyard. I was like, wow, Vanity's Fiend is like not even that great against this deck. Mainly because this guy is like the new Gen X Undyne, except like way, way better. Because the card he adds to hand is like way better than just a Gen X controller. Oh man, Skull Acrobat Joker was the top deck wars continue, boys. I guess Skull Acrobat Joker was probably the best card that Thunderstrike could have top decked. All right, now he should be able to win because he has a full scale. All right, we knew that Ozii's hand was nothing but Dragoons. So the top deck war goes to Performages and Pals. Now, as for side decking, I wonder. I think a lot of players just don't want to run back row because Twin Twister is kind of like everywhere. And I need to pick up a playset of that. But yeah, I just don't feel like, even with one of the best trap, arguably since I would say in the last couple. I'm trying to think of traps that were just lose one turn probably. I think it's better than lose one turn. But lose one turn and Solemn Strike are like the best 2 trap cards in like the last 3 years, unless I'm missing something. There are some other good ones like the like Alpha, like Sotella Nova Alpha, and the two Ritual Beast traps, Steeds and Ambush, but they're nowhere near as good as like Solemn Strike and lose one turn. So I just think with like Twin Twister running around, like your best defense is just play like hand traps. Cards that can't die to spell and trap destruction. And there's really no way, since there's no Shockmaster, there's like no way of turning off hand traps. I mean, there's a couple of cards like Outer Entity, Azeroth, and whatnot, but that's not in the TCG. And a lot of those cards, I guess, Meteor Burst Dragon, sort of, a little bit, because it can turn off like Damage Juggler. It can't be used during the battle phase. I guess though, well, yeah, that kind of works. All right, so we see the Ghost Ogre Snow Rabbit on Monkey board. And I've seen some people advocate Ghost Ogre over Effect Veiler because of that one situation, because it does disrupt the monkey board play. And wow, you see that like a lot of times Pepe players don't really have anything else that they can do. It's like, oh snap, we lost our monkey board. Flee. We have no other plays. All right, so we're going to see Dragoons pitched, and is that for Teus or is that for Megalo or Lead or what? I don't know how good Lead is, but I still see some people running like it as a one of. All right, so that was for Abyss Teus. And even if he gets a Fat Veiler, he'll be in a much better situation because he'll be able to get to his Nephthybis or Deep Sea Diva. Actually, I would just go Deep Sea Diva. I would go Deep Sea Diva. You're a 7, right? Diva's a 2 tuner. So there's no good 9s, man. Dude, if you can make Trishula off of 2 cards, oh my god, that would be so disgusting. So I'm pretty sure he's gonna go for Diva here, because it's just better than getting Nephthybis, because Diva gets Nephthybis. So I realize now I should have been doing that all night, and I didn't do it once. But maybe he has Nephthybis and he wants to do that for some specific combo. I just think Diva is like, plus you get Diva's is what, 400 attack, like 200. Her attack's not high, I know that, but it's just a little more damage. Looking through his deck, let me think of the target you can get. Moulin Glacier, Deep Sea Diva, Nephthybis, Heavy Infantry, Marksman, Megalo. I think that's it. Everything else is like an aqua or a fish. And that's, yeah, I think those are all the targets. Okay, decides to go Nephthybis. He added Neptibus, unless he wants to Mind Crush it. Mind Crush wouldn't be bad against this deck, because they do use Dragoons a lot. And anytime they use Dragoons, they're going to search. And anytime they special, obviously, the effect activates in the hand, even though they pay the cost, they go to the graveyard immediately. So you can Mind Crush those cards. Alright, so sends Marksman to the graveyard to search. And the target will be the face down card. I honestly have no idea what that could be. Wait, could it be Draco Face Off? That card's a quick play, right? Is Draco Face Off a quick play? I feel like it's a quick play. I never thought about that. I never thought about using Draco Face Off during your opponent's turn. It is Draco Face Off. That's what I just thought about, huh? You could set that. I mean, there's no guarantee that it'll actually defend you, because... Okay. He's going to max Sim to draw a card. Might as well. If you're trying to go for game, why not draw a card now? Like, just help yourself out now. So he gets Luster. And he's going to put it in his Pendulum Zone. Okay. Wow, that's the end of Ozii's play. Damage Juggler is used so that it only take 800 life points. And just has to pass. Ouch, man. Okay, this could be a very big play. Well, he's going to search Plush Fire. I'm going to say that he's just going to kill Ozii. Yeah, I don't think he should max C anymore off of Draco Face Off, because your opponent is just going to, if you can't kill them, your opponent's just not going to summon anymore. Like, unless, I thought he had more follow-up. I thought he was going to summon like Megalo or something. If he had Megalo, then he would have just been able to win. All right, another max C. I guess he had double max C, so that's why he felt confident doing it. For some reason, decides to put Damage Juggler in defense mode when he could just attack over Neptibus. I've seen no reason to put that in defense mode rather than attack. I would not be surprised if 2 seconds later he decided, I meant to summon that in attack. And I'd be like, no. He summoned it in defense mode. People always call me out for cheating on my stream. So... if your opponent has it in defense mode for 30 seconds, you can't be like, I'm gonna put it in attack mode, because I think maybe he panicked and did it, but it should have been in attack mode, if nothing else, to just attack over Neptibus. You don't want to leave that card on the field, because you're just allowing your opponent to maybe summon a Megalo and then tribute it and then get Dragoons. So that whole play just couldn't happen if you kill it. And who knows what Ozii drew from his card. So this card being a quick play is actually really relevant, though. I didn't even think about that. Totally forgot that it's a quick play. It being a quick play is really good. I don't think that people have to play Brilliant Fusion anymore. I think that Draco Face Off is basically like the new Brilliant Fusion, but I could be wrong. It being a quick play is also better because it could potentially save you as you get to summon a monster in defense mode so that you don't die. So yeah, I think this card is like the new Brilliant Fusion. It should not have been. You know what's funny? It looks like one of those arts that would have been Ultimate Rare. It really does look like that, doesn't it? I think they should have made it I think they should have made it well, I know they don't do this anymore, but how cool would it have been if they would have made a Ghost Rare? I know that they don't do Ghost Rare spells or traps, but they don't do Ghost Rares at all anymore, actually. But it would have looked really cool as a Ghost Rare. It should have been an Ultra Rare, to be honest, though. Should have just been an Ultra Rare. Now, I wonder, this card is like $5. Okay, check that. It's $1. I think I'm just going to pick up 3 cuts. I wonder if this card's price can go up. Like, the last I had checked, this was like a $5 card, and it's like, wow. Like, this. See what I mean by these cards in Breaker of Shadows are like, the supers are fucking worth nothing. Like, even the good ones, Aradne's like, it's like $1 card. And people are expecting the prices to go up. I'm like, no, because when Special Edition comes out, the market's just going to get flooded again. Like, there's too many hollows being pulled, and there's not enough demand. Anybody who's not playing Pepe doesn't really want Pendulum Sorcerer. So like, there's the only card that like everybody wants is Solemn Strike. But when people stop running, when people realize like, hey, Mermails don't run traps and Monarchs don't run traps and Pepe don't run traps, then even that card won't have a huge market either. Like, there's no one card that has like a super huge market, even though these cards are like amazing. Because there's no one card that everybody's gonna run, and I think a lot of people thought that it was gonna be Solemn Strike, but it's not even that either. Because I'm not gonna play Solemn Strike in my Monarchs. I'm not playing any traps except Escalation and the one that summons itself from the graveyard, and the one that lets you draw two, or excuse me, lets you draw when you send back two. Is it the first Monarch, the original Monarch, I think it is, or the Prime Monarch? Yeah. Other than that and Escalation, like I don't run any traps in that shit. Looks like he's going for Cyber. Well, I don't know if he's gonna go for Cyber Infinity. This is a lot of cards to give your opponent. Goes for Ptolemaeus, which gives your opponent a card. Because if he's going to detach, then alright, so he is going to rank it up, which gives your opponent another card. Oh, wow, Effect Veiler. That really hurt because I think he used Damage Juggler this turn. He did use Damage Juggler this turn. He used Damage Juggler to get the Plush Fire. I think he's just going to ram Plush Fire into... That really, really hurts. Wow, and this turn, like, I thought that I was kind of checking out because I was so sure that Ozii was going to get OTK'd. Like, that could not have went better for him. Outside of that Plush Fire on the field, he really... I mean, he can just kill this easily. So, yeah, Ptolemaeus, Effect Veiler, and Ghost Ogre Snow Rabbit are like the bane of that thing's existence. I'm still not 100% sure if I want to do Veiler or... if I want to do Veiler or if I want to do Ghost Ogre. Veiler is obviously much more budget friendly. They both kind of wreck Ptolemaeus, though. All right. Looks like we have Dragoons pitched for another Teus. Oh, he can do some good stuff against Plushfire now. He could go Red Eyes. He could go Abyss Gaios. He could go for Big Eye if he somehow feels like he has an OTK, because 2 damage jugglers have already been used. So one has been banished and one is in Thunderstrike's graveyard. So I would feel pretty comfortable pushing in for game here. Oh, goes for Moonling Glacia. If he has 5, then I'm going to say that he's probably going to win. Okay. Activates Droll and Lockbird. It's interesting people are playing that again now. I guess there's so much searching. Wondering if this card's... I think I have 3 of this, by the way, too. Activates Droll and Lockbird. I think that... Oh, okay. Then activates Veiler. Oh, he did that so he wouldn't get Moonling Glaciated. I got it. He did that so he would not get Moonling Glaciated. Okay. It didn't make sense to me. So using the Veiler on Diva. All right. Looks like he's going to Xyz now. Wonder if he play... I don't think most of them play Dracosack. If I played Dracosack, I'd just pop his Scales. I would just go Dracosack in attack mode. I would pop one of his Scales. And I would just continue on. Okay, goes Big Eye to take Plush Fire, I guess. Oh, he's going to Synchro with it. Duh. He's going to Synchro 6. Didn't even think about that. He's going to take the Plush Fire and Synchro. I did not even think about him Synchroing as a possibility. So now he can go Synchro 6. Still needs to crack those Scales, though. It'd be better if he could Synchro 7. He can make... No, looks like he's going to go Battle Phase. Plush Fire is going to attack. Deep Sea Diva is going to attack. Unless he has, like, Twin Twister. He could just pitch that and crack the Scales, and he'd be in really good shape. Oh, does not Synchro 6 at all. Leaves the Plush Fire on board. That's kind of strange. That is very, very surprising. I may expect Thunderlord probably to activate Damage Juggler. What is Master's Effect? Hold on, what is Master's Effect? It says, once while this card is in your Pendulum Zone, you can target one card and a pendulum. Oh, he blew up his own, what's it called? He blew up his own Luster Pendulum. Okay. Forgot that thing even had an effect. I don't understand that play that Ozii did, but whatever. I'm not going to question it. Because now if the Plush Fire gets run over, you might be in a little bit of trouble. Although I guess protecting your Big Eye is really important here. All right. Searches out a copy of... Oh, okay. Master Pendulum is going to attack Plush Fire. That goes to the grave. Activates the effect to get damage juggler, and there should be all 3 damage jugglers being used now. The question is, where does he go from here? And how many water monsters are in Ozii's graveyard? I haven't been keeping count. Alright, maybe he wants to go for like Castel or something. I don't understand why he didn't attack over Diva though. Goes for Castel. Attacking over Diva would have made way more sense, by the way, too. Oh, he spins his own. Okay, he spins his own his own monkey board. I guess to just get it off the field. This duel is just taking a weird turn. That's my phone going off. It's just acting. Let's just go ahead and mute this thing. Okay, so yeah, it's very hard for me to keep track of these plays because I see them being made. I just can't understand why he did them. I mean, I know he wanted to free his zone up, but he must have just not had the right numbers. What is monkey board scale? Maybe he'll play it again, and I'll be able to tell what its scale is because he has currently a 3, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he's got a 3 and 1 scale. I'm not understanding why he didn't kill the Deep Sea Diva. Because, I mean, if you don't get rid of... Okay, he gets a Mirror Conductor, which is also a scale of 3. If he doesn't kill the big eye, he is leaving himself open to have his monster taken. By the way, this card is just never going to be cheap, man. Till they put it in, like, Gold Series or something like that, it's continually been, like, a $30 card. Came out in Galactic Overlord. I believe, right? Yeah, I think Galactic Overlord, sorry. Summons the Moulin Glacier. Did he actually have 5? Wow, he should have known that. He could have killed Diva and just stopped that. All right, man. Misplays for days. Now he's going to Synchro for 5. And that 5 is going to be the double attacker, the Speedroid guy. I think this is the double attacker, right? Yep, that's the double attacker. And Scoop Phase. That was a weird duel. If it almost seemed like both players were just trying to throw the duel or something like that. So, yeah, Mermail do occasionally run the high speedroid Chanbara just because it's an OTK deck and it allows you to OTK even more consistently. Like if you don't have the damage, you can exceed into that and it's 4,000. Well, even more because it gains attack. Yeah, it gains 200 attack. So if it battles, so the card can do a lot of damage even though it's not a water monster. All right, going into game 3. I would expect Mermail Atlanteans or Atlantean Mermail to go first this time. I wouldn't want to go first against Mermail because you don't want to give them 6 cards and a battle phase, you know? I mean, I guess they can do some derpy stuff on you, like maybe they Moulin Glacier you turn 1, but I don't think it's very likely. Unless they open up with like Diva, plus like some other great play. Diva would definitely get them the pieces that they need to do that type of play. All right, no Diva. All right, sets 2 cards, passes turn. I wonder if those are bluffs. All right, plays Monkey Board. Let me look at your scale, Monkey Board. Is it a 2, 3? It's a 1 scale. It's a 1 scale and a level 6, so they're not really going to pendulum it that much. All right, cracks the Monkey Board with... what's it called? With Ghost Ogre Snow Rabbit. Discards the Michizuchi to use Twin Twister. Ooh. You know he doesn't have a great play if he summons Vector Pendulum. And, I mean, obviously he has the monster on board. Ozie's looking for Nethabis. Like, obviously. Pass his turn. As long as he doesn't get... Oh, okay. Got Damage Juggler. And goes for an Exceed. I wonder if he plays King of the Pharaoh Imps. Grab Part Naga. That would be a pretty good play. Or Diamond Dara Wolf. Which, if that Spear is not a great play. Goes for King of the Pharaoh Imps. Okay, I was going to say, if that's Spear, then that's really, really not a good play. Plays Solemn Warning. Okay. He'll be able to get Damage Juggler. Although he can't special anymore. Or can't summon anymore. Gets Plush Fire. All right. Both players at 3 cards. Oh, no, never mind. I guess he could Pendulum Summon. Pendulum summons 2 cards. And he should be able to kill him because I'm pretty sure he's going to activate this dude's effect. Oh, never mind. He activates Effect Veiler, which is still doesn't get him out of the woods though. Well, if he had Cowboy, he could kill him. Because now Ozii doesn't have any cards left. He only has one card in his hand. He could just go battle phase. Battle. Alright. No one plays Cowboy in this deck, though. Which is really unfortunate, because Cowboy would just win him the duel. Okay, looks like he's going to go for Ignister, maybe? No, he goes for Dynaster. Excuse me. The mighty Draco Slayer. And looks like Scoop Phase. Mermail just couldn't get the job done, guys. Thank you guys for watching as always.